Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Wanted to do a video here. I just got a package in and I just want to kind of update and talk a little bit about this particular topic, and that's basically self-defense. I'm not a big gun guy really. I really started out with bows and things like that. Obviously the channel started out with bows and hunting and all that, but I've kind of progressed into other things, and one of the things that I recently just started to be pretty serious about, especially with the way things are going nowadays in this society, and that's self-defense and protecting people around me. It's a pretty debatable topic, and it's got a lot of red areas for sure. But I'm just going to go over some things that I have decided to do and the mindset that I'm going to take when it comes to this topic. As you know, I live in Nebraska. Nebraska just started last September as a constitutional carry state. So meaning that you can carry concealed without having a concealed permit. You do have to have your pistol buyer's permit, okay, whatever they want to call that. I'm not sure what they call it, but your firearm buying permit from the sheriff's department or whatever. So there is a little bit of a background check to this system. But there again, the bad guys don't give two shits about any system. They're going to be carrying regardless of whether it's legal or not. So, but us as law-abiding citizens should go by the law. That's just the way it is. So I decided to go ahead and conceal carry. Now, I'm not going to get in today about what I'm going to be carrying and how I'm carrying and all that, but I will just kind of show you what I'm going to be, using, just minimalistically, and then we're going to get into what I ordered here. There's a lot of different ways to protect yourself. Your number one way is probably going to be able to defend yourself physically. If you're, take jiu-jitsu, boxing, if you've wrestled in your past, keeping up with that. There's just a lot of things out there that you can take classes on and do on a daily basis to keep yourself prepared to be able to fight if presented that situation. Now, me being 54, going on 55, it's probably not in my best interest to try to be Billy Badass anymore. Back in my younger days, I was pretty scrappy, but I was a lot smaller back then too, so I had a lot of big buddies that would back me up, so I had backup, you know what I mean? But I wasn't really trained in fighting. I was just a street fighter. And I didn't fight very much, but there was situations where I got myself into that got pretty sketchy. But I never thought about it because back when I was growing up, it was just if you got in a fight, you got in a fight. You didn't have to worry about knives. You didn't have to worry about guns. All this crazy stuff that's been going on, people, road rage, things like that. It can flip in an instant. And I've been hit by vehicles. Now, granted, most of these situations were bar related, okay, back one of my drinking days, but I've been hit by a truck. I've been jumped by 6 guys in a small area, but I didn't worry about being taken out. Basically, I mean, it wasn't because I was just young and dumb and didn't care. And but the older I get, the more I understand what the ramifications of being like that is, and some people can go a little bit too far. And like I said, especially these days, people just are so fast to pull guns or pull knives or whatever, baseball bats, I don't know. But anyway, what I'm trying to get to is you need to be thinking about your self-preservation. The older I get, the more I realize that I'm not going to be able to fight my way out of a lot of things. I am pretty fit for my age, but am I going to be stronger than that 25, 30-year-old that's all hopped up on adrenaline or drugs or whatever? Probably not. So I decided to take some matters into my own hands. I've got to be responsible with this, and we're going to go to what I'm going to be carrying. It's just basically a 9mm, kind of a compact system. This is the P365 from SIG. So, you know, I've got a appendix carry. I didn't know if I was going to like it, but I thoroughly enjoy appendix carry. At first, it was a little bit sketchy. I mean, putting that down your pants right at your privates with a loaded weapon is a little bit sketchy at first, but after you start feeling comfortable with the weapon and knowing that you've got a 4.5, 5-pound trigger, you're probably going to be pretty safe. You're going to really have to be negligent or not paying attention, especially if you have a good holster. That's the key. Having a very good quality holster is 90% of the reason why people shoot themselves, is because they got a shitty holster. It discharges the firearm. That's the number one key, in my opinion, is spending the money and getting a good quality holster. There's a lot of good manufacturers out there, but I would say if you want a good quality holster, you're going to be spending about $130, $140 minimum. That's where I would start. Anything less than that, I would probably do a little bit of research on them. But this one here is from T-Rex. You've seen my video on the T-Rex side carry that I have here, the system. Love this system, but it's a out of the waistband carry on the hip. You know, depending on how you want to carry or whatever your situation is, maybe some states you can't carry unless it's outside in plain view, but which that's the way Nebraska was before they passed this new law. You got to be very tuned in to how you're going to approach this. You can't just go willy-nilly say, I'm going to stick this gun down my pants and now I'm protected. It doesn't work like that. And if you do it that way, if you run that way, if the time comes, chances are you're going to be ending up in prison or jail or something, because you're not going to know what the ramifications are, situations are that you need to know about. What is force, you know, acceptable to take a shot at somebody? You got to know that stuff, and you got to be prepared for it. And so let's get to this package. This is I'm not sure the company that I got or the place that I got this from. It says Pack Adventures, so I'm not sure. That's out of Palm Beach, Florida. But what this is mace. So the way I am thinking to myself, I'm thinking, okay, if you cannot fight your way out, or if you are in a situation where you have multiple assailants, but there's no weapons, there's just you and them, and they're just wanting to beat your ass. Okay, I know I can't take 2 or 3 guys, more than likely, unless, you know, they're half my size or whatever, but I wanted something that I can fall back on instead of deadly force. Now, there's probably going to be some guys that will debate this and say, nah, you do whatever you have to do to protect yourself in whatever manner. And the more things that you have available, the more confusing it can be for you on where to go with it, what to use. But that's why we train, and that's why we need to go in with a mindset of this is where this will happen. This is what you have to have it strategically set out to where you know every situation and where that draws the line for you. So basically, if I'm pulling this gun, somebody's pulling a gun on me, or a knife, or a bat, or some kind of object that they can kill me with, okay? And it's got to be pretty damn well known that that's what they're gonna. There's intentions there. They're saying, I'm gonna kill you, okay? You're dead. And they're coming at me with a knife, or they're coming at me with a bat, or they're coming at me with a gun, or they're pulling on a gun. Those are the situations where I absolutely will go to this. Now, the chances of that happening could be nil void, depending on where you live. If you live in a big city, hey, it could be a possibility every day you go outside your door. So those are things to think about. You got to have set stipulations on where these things are going to be used and what conditions. A knife, same situation. That is deadly force being used on somebody. So if I pull this knife and I'm intending to use it just like that gun, somebody's going down. Okay, that's why I'm pulling this knife, is because I have no choice and they have pushed that limit to where I have to use this knife. So either I can't get to that quick enough, or I gotta use just deterrent method. You know, this could be used as a deterrent, just a slash here, a poke, a stick, not lethal, but it's gonna get their attention, right? What do I want to say? This would be basically my second level of defense. There again, depending on the situation. But more than likely, my first defense, especially around where I live and stuff, is going to be verbal conversations that get out of hand, road rage, things like that, where good old boys just want to throw down. So that is going to be hand on hand, or this right here. And this is called Police Magnum. It's a defense spray, basically like a pepper spray. What I ordered was a 3-ounce and a 2-ounce. The 3-ounce is basically like a Fire Master. It's going to be more of a crowd control thing, or something that you would put in your truck for, like, say somebody's trying to smash out your window or something like that. Depending on the situation, you just pop them with this stuff. Now obviously you want to be sure of your surroundings, how the wind's blowing and everything, or you could possibly get yourself in this with this stuff. But it's something that I thought about pretty heavily, and I think that it's a good purchase. They're not expensive. I think this whole package here cost me like, let's see, what was it? They even have the bill in here? Doesn't look like it. But I think they were like $12 or $13, $14 a piece. So you're only looking at like 20-some dollars for 2 products here. Now this here, I'm not sure. They give you, okay, you've got a handheld here. Maybe I ordered 3. Maybe I ordered 3. No, it only says 2, but I got an extra one here. So this is the big one. Basically, you're going to flip this off and just press and point. So this will go into my vehicle. Say like I'm in a situation where I drive through and there's a bunch of protesting going on. That's about the only reason that I bought this one, is because if I'm in a crowd and I've got multiple people getting in my face and coming at me and swinging at me or whatever it is, I can just, run to my truck, or maybe, have it on me. I don't know. It's got a nice little holster here that you could actually put this in and carry it on your side. So that might be something to think about. You can hit multiple people with this. You just missed them, come across them. So there's different, you have all kinds of different pepper sprays. There's the crowd disbursement, like the big cloud of mist. And then these here, this one here is just a spray. So it will shoot a straight line of pepper spray. So you're taking this at close quarters and hitting them in the eyes, facial area to deter them that way. So basically it's just a side to side flip of the top here, and you're either going or not going. Okay, so you got your safe there, and then you would flip it over here, and then you could push down on it. So pretty quick way to shoot this stuff. But this is the Police Magnum OC17. And I think this is going to be nice to have. This can actually clip on. You can clip this onto your belt loop, just like a knife inside. You just want to make sure that doesn't kick that safety off and you spray it all up in your pocket and stuff. But there's not much holding that from flipping over, so you might want to maybe put a rubber band across that, maybe a small rubber band, just to make sure that doesn't flip over on you in your pocket. But like I said, you can just stick this in in your pants right there, and it's nice and discreet, and you don't have to make a big movement to grab it. You've got it right there. You know, when I flip this over, bam, I can hit them. And it'd be a good thing to practice with these too. I'm not just saying go buy them and not practice with them. They're relatively cheap. You can get practice canisters for them with water. This is a good backup. You see a lot of the I like to watch a lot of the First Amendment audits, and a lot of these guys are carrying these canisters, and I've seen some pretty crazy ones where they've had to use them because people are coming at them, you know, pissed off because they're doing what they're doing, which they have every right to do. It's their First Amendment right, and people don't like that. So it's just something that they have to protect themselves from those situations without using deadly force. Check your laws on this too. I'm sure that there are situations and certain areas that you can actually get in trouble for using something like this too. It's just, I don't know, man. This world is just upside down. It's just insane. But we've got to, you have the right to protect yourself, regardless of if you're red, blue, rainbow, whatever. OC-17. Those are the two that I got, one in a 3 ounce, one in a 2 ounce. The 3 ounce is called the Fire Master 1/2 ounce twist lock bottom clip. This is a handheld. Okay, so you get 2 of them actually. So this is a handheld. It's got a flip top, and then you press the button. So that button will that little cap on top, spring loaded, so once you lift that up and you're on that button, you can use this. This is a nice little handheld too. It's bigger. This is a smaller one. I think maybe I got one of these free with the purchase of. That might be what's going on here. I don't remember. It doesn't show 3 things on here, but I got 3 different things, so I think one of these came free with my purchase. So anyway, you can check into that on their website. But yeah, this is the little portable one, a little 2 ouncer. The big one that you can just put in your truck. Okay, so more than likely this will be in my center console or on the side of my seat or somewhere where I can get to it quick. But yeah, something to think about, guys. I know, you know, here in Nebraska, it's nice to be able to conceal carry, but there's a lot of responsibility with it, man. There is a ton of responsibility when it comes to doing this. And you better do your homework, and you better know your laws. There's a lot of loopholes that can be used against you when it comes to deadly force. So you better make damn sure that you know exactly what your situation is, that you're going to use this, or you're going to use this, or you're going to use these, or you're going to use these. So you got 4 different choices there that you can use. I'd say these and this go hand in hand. You basically these are non-lethal. I'm sure if somebody has a heart condition or a breathing condition or something, and you hit them directly up the mouth or in the nose or whatever, it could cause some issues there. But if you're in the right, more than likely you're going to be okay. But if you pull this out in this situation, you're going to be in trouble. If you pull this out, especially in this situation or this situation, you're definitely going to be in trouble. Probably spend the rest of your life in jail if it came down to it. Something to think about, guys. That's why I want every opportunity to defend myself, the least amount of deadly force possible at first, knowing that 90% of my situations will probably just be verbal, hand-on-hand conflict. Somebody getting pissed off on me on the road, or walking down the street, or you know, whatever it may be. I want every opportunity to defend myself, but yet I don't want to only have this at my disposal with just my hands. If I can't do it with this, I'm going to feel the pressure to grab this, and that's not a good combination. So I want some backup. I want something that I can deploy and not spend the rest of my life in jail with. So that's the reason that I want to make this video and kind of give you guys a heads up on where I'm at. And we'll be getting a video out on the the carry conceal stuff. I've already put a couple short videos out there of me doing some drills and stuff. I'm really new at this, so it's going to be a big learning curve. Unfortunately, we're in almost in September, so hunting season's right there. I've got 2 weeks before I take off hunting or go on vacation and start my hunts. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to get a lot done with this right now because I'm trying to get prepped and ready for my hunting season. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try and get a video this week or this next weekend on this particular setup that I'm going to be carrying. I was kind of back and forth on whether I should do it or not, and I decided, hey, I'm not big enough, and people aren't gonna really know who I am anyway out there. So yeah, I'll just make a video on it and kind of run through my setup and some of the drills that I do to practice. That's the key to that too, is just getting on hand training, and go and get training from professionals. That'd be the #1 thing to do. But if you can't do that, or don't have the time or the money or the facilities, if you can find a place to practice on your own and do drills and stuff, learn from however means possible, then that might be the step you want to take. But definitely want to do some training. You just don't want to be in that situation just going into it blind, because I guarantee you are not going to win that battle. Almost guarantee you, because the draw, the cycling, the aiming, the everything about that, especially in a high stress situation, will be absolutely impossible for you if you have not done it time after time after time. And even then, it could be a 50-50 shot of whether you get good outcome of that situation. So anyway, that's why I'm training. That's why I'm taking these extra steps to protect myself from ending up in prison because of it. But yeah, the pepper spray is a good deterrent, non-lethal way of defending yourself. So it's nothing to take lightly. Anyway, just wanted to bring that to you. Thanks for watching Publix Eye Outdoors. Like I said, we'll get another video out here on the carry conceal setup coming up shortly, hopefully, and then we're off to hunting. So hopefully we'll have some hunting videos to bring you here shortly too. So anyway, thanks for watching Publix Eye Outdoors. Stay safe out there and everything you do in the outdoors, and we will catch you on the next video.